The Journey of Arman, a motivational moral story. In a small village lived a boy named Arman. His house was made of mud, and the roof leaked when it rained. His father was a farmer, his mother worked in the fields, and money was always short. But Arman carried something special inside his heart, a big dream to change his life and give happiness to his parents. At school, other children laughed at Arman. His clothes were old and torn, his shoes had holes. Some called him poor boy and made fun of him. Arman felt hurt, but he stayed quiet. He thought to himself, one day I will prove that poverty is not forever. One day, I will show them who I am. One evening, Arman's father gave him an old compass. The compass was broken, its needle didn't move correctly. His father smiled and said, "This compass is useless, but keep it as a reminder. When life feels broken, you must still find your own direction." Arman held it tightly, not knowing how powerful these words would become. Arman's dream was simple. He wanted to study and become educated. He believed education could open doors that poverty had closed. But books were expensive, and sometimes even food was hard to find. Still, every night he read old newspapers and borrowed books from his teacher. He studied under a dim lantern, whispering to himself, "I will not give up." Other villagers told Arman, "You are just a farmer's son. Stay in the fields. Don't waste time with books." But Arman did not listen. He worked in the fields during the day and studied at night. He believed that one's beginning does not decide one's ending. His compass was broken, but his spirit was not. Arman gave his first school exam. He studied hard but failed. Tears filled his eyes. He wanted to quit. Then he remembered his father's words about the compass. Even if broken, find your direction. He stood up, wiped his tears, and whispered, "Failure is not the end. It is only the beginning." Arman's teacher noticed his hard work. One day, he gifted Arman a candle. "When you study at night, let this candle remind you that knowledge is light in the darkness." Arman treasured it. Even when the candle finished, the memory of that light stayed in his heart. To buy books, Arman worked in the fields, carried water, and helped shopkeepers. He saved every small coin. Slowly, he bought second-hand books. Each book felt like treasure to him. He believed that every page he read was a step closer to his dream. One night, looking at the stars, Arman made a promise to himself. "I will rise. I will not let poverty stop me. I will make my parents proud. And one day, I will return to this village not as a poor boy, but as a successful man." His eyes shone with determination. Arman studied harder and gave his exam again. This time he passed. His joy had no limits. He ran home and hugged his parents. His father said, "See, my son, even a broken compass can guide you if your heart is strong." Arman's confidence grew. For higher studies, Arman had to go to the city. The city was big, full of lights and busy streets. But Arman had very little money. He lived in a small room and ate simple food. Still, he was happy because he was chasing his dream. City life was not easy. Sometimes Arman had no money for food. Sometimes he walked miles to save bus fare. Yet, he never complained. He remembered the faces of his parents, their sacrifices, and his promise under the stars. In college, some rich students laughed at him. "Look at his clothes, look at his shoes," they said. But Arman stayed silent. He knew that responding with anger would waste energy. He whispered to himself, "One day, they will clap for me." One kind professor noticed Arman's struggle. He said, "You are talented and hardworking. Never doubt yourself. If you need guidance, I will help you." Those words gave Arman new energy. Sometimes, just one kind voice can push us forward. Arman studied late into the night. His room was small, but his dreams were large. He filled pages with notes, practiced questions, and memorized lessons. While others partied, Arman worked. He knew that discipline today would bring success tomorrow. One day, tired and hungry, Arman asked himself, "Am I wasting my life? Maybe I should quit." Then he looked at the broken compass on his table. He remembered his father's words. His heart whispered, "No, keep going." Finally, after months of hard work, Arman topped his exams. His name was announced in the college hall. The same students who laughed at him now clapped. Arman felt proud, but he stayed humble. He thought, this is only the first step. Arman started tutoring younger students to earn money. Not only did he help himself, but he also helped others learn. He realized that knowledge grows when shared. One day, a national debate competition was announced. Arman wanted to participate, but others laughed. "Ew, the village boy, against the city's best." But Arman trusted himself. He prepared day and night. On the day of the competition, Arman stood on stage. His voice shook at first, but then grew stronger. He spoke about courage, hard work, and hope. When he finished, the hall was silent and then filled with applause. Arman had won. Newspapers wrote about the farmer's son, who won the nation's heart. Arman's picture was everywhere. His parents cried with joy. Villagers said, "We were wrong." He is an example for our children. After his victory, Arman received scholarships for higher studies. His financial burden became lighter. Hard work was finally paying off. After many years, Arman returned to his village as a successful young man. He was no longer the poor boy people laughed at. He had books, confidence, and respect. Children gathered around him, calling him Sir Arman. Arman built a school in his village. No child should suffer because of poverty, he said. The school gave free education to poor children. For Arman, success was not just about himself, it was about lifting others too. One day, Arman found the old broken compass in his drawer. He smiled and whispered, "You guided me when I had nothing. You reminded me to find my own direction. You were never broken, you were my teacher." Arman often spoke to children in his school. He told them, "Don't fear poverty, don't fear failure. Fear only one thing, giving up. If you keep walking, you will find your way." People asked Arman, "What was your secret?" He replied, "It was not money, it was not luck, it was belief. I believed in myself when no one else did. That belief turned my weakness into strength." Even after becoming successful, Arman stayed humble. He ate simple food, respected everyone, and always remembered his roots. He said, "A tree grows tall, but it must never forget its roots." For Arman, true victory was not medals or certificates. True victory was seeing children in his village go to school with books in their hands and smiles on their faces. Arman's journey teaches us, poverty cannot stop you. Failure cannot stop you. People's laughter cannot stop you. Only giving up can stop you. With hard work, belief, and courage, you can turn even a broken compass into a guide towards success.